We start with news on the economic front. President Trump is announcing changes to federal fuel standards today. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the change will reset the standards under the Biden administration, and they say will save $109 billion for American families. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins us now. So, Ed, what does the administration believe doing this? How will it save people money, and how soon could they feel that effect?
Good question on the how soon could they feel the effect, but the general principle behind all this is they're trying to find ways to lower costs, and they believe by not changing fuel standards the way they were seeking to do so under the Biden administration, you're potentially cutting costs on the automaker, therefore cutting costs on what you purchase a vehicle for, because that cost would get passed on to you. Second, this is another way to pin the nation's current perceived economic problems on the Biden administration and roll back a regulation that industry wasn't necessarily a fan of, and then just generally speaks to the ongoing concerns about affordability that we've seen play out in the political space over the last several weeks, and the president's fresh vow since the off-year elections, at least, to find ways to cut costs for Americans. So what exactly this means down the line for you if you're looking for a new car in a few years remains to be seen, but the theory is it drives down the cost.
What were the reasons behind these new standards during the Biden administration in the first place?
Primarily the environment, the idea that the auto industry should be transitioning to electric vehicles, should be transitioning to vehicles that use fuel more efficiently. That was an ongoing push throughout the administration in all sorts of different ways.
Let's talk SNAP. The administration says it might withhold funding for this program in most Democratic-run states beginning next week. What's going on?
Back in February, the Trump administration made a request of states receiving SNAP benefits that they share information regarding the beneficiaries and their immigration status. This was part of the government-wide attempt to get a handle on how many people are in this country who may or may not be U.S. citizens, who may be here in an undocumented or documented way. Handful of Democratic-controlled states have refused to share that information. They're suing to stop the request. And we should point out, this would not, if it goes through, withhold benefits from the people actually receiving SNAP benefits. It would withhold the administrative costs of conducting the program in those states. So a blue state relies on the federal government to help manage the program in their state. That money would be withheld, but money would continue to go to people who need it to buy groceries.
Important distinction. Ed O'Keefe, thank you.